right.
done. It's
Okay.
done.
Very good.
So,
All right. Let me just review. If you're going into Crystal Surgery 1, get started on community membership now and get started with textbook exploration with a partner. You must, if you can get yourself sorted out for figuring out how to, beginning the remote work. It's kind of nerve-wracking in the beginning, but you know what? It's not difficult. It's just about getting things organized in your mind and taking it slowly and not expecting yourself to be able to do it. I wanted to learn martial arts very badly when I was younger, but I thought I couldn't go because I didn't know how to do it. And so I thought, well, I can't go to a martial arts class because I don't know how to do martial arts. And then I realized, oh, you go to the martial arts class in order to learn how to do it. You're not expected to do it before you get to class. And that's what you must remember with this. No one's expecting you to be able to do it. You're not supposed to be able to do it. If you were able to do it, you wouldn't come to class. So that's not the expectation. And you have to look back every 3 months and say, oh, look what I've learned in these last 3 months. That's how you want to handle it. And we're all here to help. And help we do, that's for sure. All right. So, Crystal Surgery 1, get started with the material in community membership and be so that you can be oriented by August. If you can't, because you're otherwise occupied, just know that it's going to take you 6 weeks to get to that place of comfort in Crystal Surgery 1. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not an issue. It's not a problem. It's only an issue if you make it an issue. It's not an issue from this side over here. Okay? And everyone goes at their own pace. Crystal Surgery 2, if you're going into Crystal Surgery 2, get started as soon as possible. The course is up on the website. And get started because it's a hefty syllabus. And you want to be able to just sit and watch the demos without having to go and practice. The repetition is the key. If you only watch those demos once, if you only read the procedure in the book once, it's not enough. You need to give yourself repetition time. Repetition, repetition, repetition. So Crystal Surgery 2, get started as soon as you can, as soon as it's comfortable. Crystal Surgery 3, no pressure. Wait, it's coming. Take a break. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy what you've learned. Review if you want to review. Ask me questions if you want to ask me questions. Carry on practicing if you want to carry on practicing. But Crystal Surgery 3 is a normal amount, not like Crystal Surgery 2. No pressure to begin. You're going to be very, very happy. And the other thing I want to say about Crystal Surgery 3 training is it's an immersion training. It's an experiential training. Now, of course, Elena, you've done it all already because you came to Cincinnati. So you've gone through that, and we're going to find ways to get that immersion training aspect into Crystal Surgery 3 in the same way as if you were coming to Cincinnati to do it with us in a weekend workshop. But you're going to have to create that for yourself at home, but we'll tell you how. And you'll be very glad. You'll feel very empowered once you know how to do that. Yeah, yes, Elena.
So is that some of those also things at the back of the book that we didn't do in CS2? Is that are you
Crystal
covering
Surgery
those as
3
well?
syllabus is the last 3 chapters of the book.
The last one. Okay.
The last 3 chapters. So you will, by the end of Crystal Surgery 3, you will have produced a technique or procedure by yourself. You will have, we will do a purpose ceremony, but we'll do that on the Zoom call. You will make the potions, but you'll do that in your own home with your own group of people that you pull together, because that's where you get that training, is when you actually go through those experiences. That's that Crystal Surgery 3 training. And remember that in Crystal Surgery 3, we're mostly looking at most healing techniques are working with fixing what's broken. When Crystal Surgery, so after Crystal Surgery 1 and Crystal Surgery 2, I said, okay, well, that's it then. And then the guide said, no, because you can't stop healing there. In most people need healing not because something's broken, but because something's missing. How do you put in what's missing? And I said, well, I don't know how to do that. And they said, well, we're going to show you some things for putting in what's missing. And that's crystal surgery 3. But not only that, a lot of healing is needed when things that don't belong are sitting there in your energy field and in your energy body. So it's about taking out what doesn't belong and putting in what's missing. And that and immersion training, that's crystal surgery 3. It's very amazing. It's very, very amazing, crystal surgery 3. But all of crystal surgery is amazing to me. For me, crystal surgery 1 is where we must be working most of the time. I know everybody, when we started textbook exploration with the partner and all those things, people were choosing the crystal surgery 3 material to practice instead of going through the beginning of the book. I've nixed that. Now, don't worry, Jennifer and Diane. The textbook exploration is very specific. You must do this, you must do this, and you must do that. I had a bit of an open choice thing because I myself did not understand the best ways to use the book or to teach from the book. I had no idea. Who's ever had a textbook like this to work with? And so all the information is there so you can hop around and go to something that you're not really qualified to do because it's there in the book. And now that's what we're going to do with the crystal surgery 3 people, is get them to the stuff they really wanted to do right at the beginning. And yeah, so it's a bit of a mixture, that all of that. And so, and then Elena, just let me check in with you. Do you agree that crystal surgery 2 was surprising amount of new information after the old crystal surgery?
Yeah, it was surprising amount.
Yeah, because volumes 1 and 2, the crystal healing techniques, volume 1 and 2, that all had to get
and to add to
integrated
that,
into the
Viv,
textbook.
you keep putting on videos on YouTube that we have to keep up with too. I'm just going,
It just
oh my
doesn't
God, this woman is relentless. She has so much energy.
It's not
I can't believe
me. No, I'm complaining too. It's the crystals.
I can't believe how much you guys put out. And I'm going, I haven't even caught up with that yet.
Don't worry, Elena. Don't worry. Don't worry. There
There's a
will
lot to
always,
rewatch on all those Zoom calls, right? Because that's 15 hours at least, plus stop and start, right? So
Yes.
so it's
Yeah.
a lot of
And the thing is that if all you know is crystal surgery 1, it's enough to do fantastic healing work. It's enough. And if all you do is crystal surgery 1, it's enough to be a general crystal healing teacher. It's there's that much information just in crystal surgery 1 that you could go from. You would have done more if you do crystal surgery 1 with me. You will have done more than you'll do in I don't know how much training with any other crystal healing teacher.
Yeah.
It's such a lot of information, and it's so technical and structured and everything. Yeah.
No, it's good. It's just, it is crystal surgery too, is a lot of
Yeah, it is a lot.
time.
It is a lot.
But it's good. It's all good.
Exactly. I mean, there's not one thing there that I would take out of the book or the syllabus. There's not one thing there where I say, oh, you don't need to know that. It's there because you do need to know it, and it is so useful to know. And then of course there's still always more. But I do think we've reached a really, really good place with the information. I do. It's 25 years of research that I've put into this. Well, it's more now than 25 years, but we'll call it 25 because it's a nice number, quarter of a century, and I'm so gratified that you're all interested. What can I say?
It is a lot of work, and I'm just wondering, because you have taken martial arts, and my children were heavily involved in martial arts, and as they go up in the ranks, from the time they're a white belt, they're teaching the ones below them. Maybe you can start letting some people teach the ones below, so you and Neil have a little bit more time.
Oh, that's absolutely where we're going. Absolutely. That's exactly where we're going. That's why I said, warning, warning, you're going to be teaching soon. Elena and Deborah, you're going to be teaching soon. Just so you know. But the thing is, I've set it up so that you're always mentoring, you're always helping you'll notice that in the rotation on the roster for who you partnered with, you get partnered with someone at your own level, but mostly you're getting partnered with people. This is Elena and Deborah that I'm talking to. You're getting partnered mostly with people that you are mentoring, and you're helping them, you're supporting them through their initial phases. So Jennifer, the first time that you work with somebody, you will get someone very experienced who can stand by you and tell you what to do and what to pay attention to, and you don't have to worry. That is the gift of doing the training this way, and you'll get exposed to multiple mentors who will help you. And then when they report to me, oh, she's doing fine, that's when you'll start working with somebody who's at your experience level. But until then, you're going to be supported along by working with someone who knows what's going on and how to do it and can point you in the right direction and answer your questions. So, Deborah, what you're saying is actually already in place, and we're just doing it a little bit more gently and not putting you under pressure. But I don't know how many people Elena and Deborah have already mentored in the training. It's good. And then quite rapidly, the students start knowing what they're doing and making their own strong contribution. And I get taught by beginners, and then I get taught by the more advanced students. I love I think that's why I'm frustrated at not being able to see you all work, because that's when I learn. When I watch you doing the procedures and techniques, I see other ways to be effective. I see ways that people misunderstand or go wrong. I see what I need to be teaching you. That's why I'm frustrated that I haven't watched you working, but I will be. I am going to solve that. It's 100% clear. I have to see how you're working. However, I can track what's going on by people's questions. So Jennifer wants to know how I did this. Sounds like my phone is ringing, but that's all right. We'll ignore it. I was kidnapped by crystals. I never planned to become a crystal healer, and I will tell you that story properly. And the crystal surgery, the crystals taught me, and my spirit guides taught me. Just hang on, this is getting a bit much. Okay. Of course that happened. As soon as I went to get my phone, it stopped ringing. Okay, I'll look at that in a moment. So, no, the crystal surgery I have been taught by the crystals themselves. And I did work with Melody. I trained with Melody, not for crystal surgery, but for Melody's style of crystal healing, which I don't do. But she asked me then to train other people, not only me and 3 other people. She kind of tapped us on the shoulder and asked us to train other people, which I did. And then I walked away from that. I was like, okay, this isn't my style. And I spoke to Melody about the crystal surgery work, and she's the one who let me know that it's something new and it's something different and it's my thing. And it's not really my thing, it's our thing. But I got to be the person to do the download. Now I am pretty sure that other people have been downloading crystal surgery information as well. And I have had people contact me because they've thought of crystal surgery, then they've looked it up, say, on YouTube and come across my channel. Someone in Canada, actually, Elena, some man in Canada said that he thought there must be some way that you can operate on people using crystals, and he was thinking about it, so he looked it up and he was quite amazed to find that there's a whole body of knowledge, and not only that, but a textbook for it. But he didn't want to come on the course because he obviously wants to be the founder of crystal surgery himself. So too late, we did it. And you will notice there are no men coming on the course because they want to be the founder. They don't want to be a contributor. They want to be the one. So that's okay. And so, no, I am trained in other things by other people, but the crystal healing work that I do, the crystals and the spirit guides themselves trained me. Very powerful, because I'm not one to wing it. I like to be shown how to do things, and I like to go by the book, and I like to do, and I like to be taught in a structured and systematic way. And the whole thing with crystal surgery was winging it every step of the way. Oh, Jennifer, I'll speak to you about these wonderful things tomorrow or another time, because if you get me into storytelling, I don't stop. But so much so that I wrote this all up in a book. And so tomorrow when you come to the office, you'll get the book, Everyday Magic. But I will tell you the most dramatic healing experience I ever had was when a practitioner cut off a piece of my hair and put it in a black box with a card with a diagram on it. And it cured me of a terribly, a terrible sweating problem that I'd had my whole life. And within 24 hours, with my hair in a black box, that had been cured, literally cured, never came back. A piece of hair with a card with a pattern, it's called radionics, the method. Not legal in this country.
I know.
Very woo-woo. It floors me every time I think about it. But I mean, there's lots of different healing experiences, but that was the one that happened to me personally back before I even, I've never believed in this stuff. You experience stuff, you think, that's nice, that's interesting. Let's get some more experience of it. None of this is on a belief system for me. And I don't like it when people believe in crystals. You can't believe in crystals. They just exist.
Yeah.
That's like believing in the sky. It's like, or believing in the sun. Do you believe in the sun? What does it mean to believe in the sun? The sun is the sun. We experience the sun and we observe, and then we research what the sun does. That's how crystals are for me. There's nothing to believe in. They exist. They obviously got properties. They're used. Crystal surgery is a real thing in the medical world. Look up titanium on the internet. It is the most biocompatible mineral, titanium. So they use titanium for joint replacements, valve replacements in hearts. You can choose a pig heart or a titanium one. Which one will we choose? I think we're going to go titanium. Well, it can make a clicking sound, just so you know. Pacemakers have quartz in them to keep the beat, because quartz has this very even pulse. That's why you have a quartz watch. Why is it called a quartz watch? Because there's quartz in it, because quartz keeps time better than anything else, because it has an even pulse. I mean, it's technical. It's technical, and that's what we're doing with the crystal surgery. We're looking at these capacities and properties and saying, now how can we apply it to healing? Which the medical, it's already, do you know what makes a laser work? A medical laser? A ruby.
Yeah.
It's a ruby, but it's a synthetic ruby, because the dimensions of the stone, the facets, the angles, the way the light moves through the stone, and then the actual tube has to be an exact length with an exact diameter with an exact coating, and you've got to have an exact ruby, and you pass the light through the ruby, and that's how you get laser surgery. That's crystal surgery. Laser surgery is crystal surgery. So don't scoff. And we expect that what we're working with here will be developed and technologized for medical purposes in the future. I mean, I just had a client last week. This is just my most recent person, and with the How to Read Energy course, my own capacity for like X-ray vision has really improved a lot. So I'm like looking. She'd had a shoulder replacement here, and they were worried that the humerus. I told her it's crumbling, but it's not infected, but there's one heck of a lot of scar tissue, and it's going to really hurt after the surgery, because the surgeon wanted to check whether there was an infection in the piece of bone that was left after the shoulder replacement surgery. So she didn't even text me after the surgery. It was last week, Wednesday. So then I needed to know, is she coming to her appointment and what happened in the surgery? So she just sent me the message. It was exactly what I told her. The surgeon said he doesn't see an infection, but he's still doing a culture, but there was a huge amount of scar tissue. And so she didn't bother to tell me that what I was reading and seeing, with my energy reading course was actually 100% accurate. She didn't bother because she assumed I knew. But Elena and Deborah know we like to get that confirmation, and I definitely like to get that confirmation all the time. But that's how I know I'm on track, because the evidence supports what I'm saying, or the evidence supports what the crystals claim. Because to me, the crystals are big liars that make big claims. They have to deliver, and I have to see the results, and then I'll believe them. It's not, do I believe in crystals? Do I believe what crystals tell me? Because that is weird. This thing of being able to talk to stones, that weirds me out. I have to be honest. But you know what? It's kind of fun. And I had a good conversation with Ambligonite, which is on the upcoming radio show. We recorded it last week. So you can listen to that. I encourage you to listen to that next month when it comes out. Ambligonite really helped me a lot. Because, it's for conflict resolution. And I was feeling a lot of inner conflict. And the Ambligonite really helped me with an instant paradigm shift. I put my hand on the Ambligonite and boom, I was thinking differently, and the ideas were coming into my head from the Ambligonite, the telepathic material. And so even I realized in this last week, I realized that I have still not understood just how much information and help is in the crystals. It's unbelievable. The level of wisdom that you can access via the crystals is phenomenal. And I'm not even thinking about it. I'm so focused on the healing aspects. Now I'm beginning to tap into these wisdom aspects. It's amazing. These crystals are, they are the digital devices of the universe. So of course they've got a whole lot of information packed into them. But my goodness. And I don't know if you know, but at Stanford University, they stored the image of the Mona Lisa in a crystal and then retrieved it. You can look it up. Just Google Mona Lisa in crystal, Stanford University, and you'll get to the article online. I think it was in the 1990s. Okay.
I want to know what happens, what my diamond's trying to tell me. I have a diamond in my tooth. It fell out yesterday and it's stuck here somewhere. I feel it.
Really?
Like, how if you swallow a pill and it doesn't quite go down, right?
Yes.
Like it's stuck here. And I ate and I drank to try. I even tried throwing it up. It's stuck here.
Well, it might have just left an impression. You know how if you squeeze your hand like that and then you take it away, there's an after impression. So there may be an after impression in the tissue.
Whole day later, and I just go, okay, so you're probably trying to light opening up this part of my chest here again. So.
All right. Well, I'll see if I can contact the diamond later and get anything in.
Oh, well, you don't have to, Viv, but if you get anything, but it's interesting. But yeah, I feel like it's stuck here. And I go, I've had that diamond for 20 years and it fell out last night. So I'm bummed. I need to get another one.
They must have made it small enough. You got to, you're going to have to check your poop. See if you can retrieve it.
That's the other choice.
Okay, we're now on topics that I don't want to delve.
Yes,
I don't want to delve into this topic.
No, we don't want to go there. I just know that there's a significant impact of the diamond being here somehow.
That's very, 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 very interesting. I would pulse for shungite because that diamond is carbon and shungite is carbon, and I'd pulse for shungite to see if it communicates with the diamond or not.
Yeah, and if I can pull it up.
You might be able to, yeah.
Yeah.
Speak to Shanghai. Speak to
Okay.
Shanghai. See if you can get help from Shanghai. Okay, folks,
Right
I
on.
think unless someone has a specific question about crystal surgery 1, 2, or 3, or the course, I think we're good. Okay? It was lovely
Thanks,
to
Viv.
speak